Hi everyone, Robert Wimer here. It is December 18th, 11:04 a.m. Central Standard Time. I really want to establish the date here. So 11:04 by my clock as well. December 18th on a Wednesday, 2024. After the rash of prophets that came out in the 2020 election, I'm very hesitant on talking about this vision that I had, especially on how it came about, and especially on the topic. But I feel that I want to get a record of this. You're going to see on your screen there an instance of a message that I sent to a brother in Christ, Steve Hamilton. I had this vision, let's see, what is a timestamp? Back in August of 2021. And whenever I sent the YouTube link to him, which was private, whenever I click on it, the video is gone. Now, I didn't take this down. YouTube took it down. So I'm going to pause the video for a minute and let you read over what was there that I sent to my brother in Christ. So I'm going to relay the vision because I still remember everything up here. I hate doing this. I saw in my mind's eye, and it was given to me by God, I believe, that I was inside blackness. Now, all of a sudden, I heard sounds like gunfire, like automatic gunfire. Stuff like that. And then, as I was hearing it, I saw a flicker in front of my face, an orangish, yellowish flicker. And it started growing more and more bright and more focused. And it was fire. And what this blackness was like me coming out of smoke. If any of you have been in black smoke and it's really thick, you know what I'm talking about. You move towards a light source, you can see the light source, and then it becomes more clear as you near the border of the smoke that you were in. So I came out of the smoke and I saw and this is from a first person perspective. I didn't see myself, but it was first person. I saw what looked like a city. The reason why I believe it was a city, I was on the ground level, like on the sidewalk, and what my visual sense could see was like it was concrete. And the backdrop, there was like a skyscraper, a single building that was there, in glass, more modern building like you would see. And I saw civilians down. They were killed and or injured. And then I saw other people that were there in black military type of clothing. I'm not going to say it was camo. It wasn't like green camo, but they were all in black, carrying automatic rifles, and they were darting in front of my view. And I could see that. And it was, my impression is that this was a major city. Again, this was my impression that this was a major city. But I'm just relaying also what I directly saw. America was under attack, and it was by foreign invaders. How they got there, I don't know. I just know that in the city there was like fire going on in the reflection of the glass of the building in the background that I could see. So it was stuff that was going on there. Again, I'm going more into detail on this vision. I've already relayed this vision to, I had my brother in Christ watch the video, but he couldn't see it. I've relayed this to a pastor here in town and a fellow sister in Christ to this. So after I saw that vision, I was immediately taken and I was looking up at a ceiling. And it had the long fluorescent lights. And I could hear like boom, boom, above. But we were underground, pretty deep underground, but not so far as that we couldn't feel the shaking, a little bit of shaking in the building, and hear a little bit of the booms. It was like an underground, large bunker. And whenever the booms happened, you could see like the dust coming down a little bit and the lights flicker. I looked around at the walls, and the walls were like this concretey, bricky type of thing, smooth, slightly polished brick, like you would see in, I don't know. I mean, I've seen them in department store malls, like you're going back to the bathroom. You know how the bricks kind of look in there. Anyway, I looked around, and then I looked up on the wall, and I saw an old style, like 1950-ish spherical TV, or like a cathode ray tube TV, a big one. And it was propped up on the wall, and around it was like a cage to protect it. Now, of course, that may be something else entirely, but it was a TV. And what I saw on the TV was like a bunch of big politicians and department heads. I mean, they were all in suits and things like that. And they were saying that President Biden, that it was his fault. And I think it was Leslie Graham, or it was a politician with a lady's name, older gentleman. And he's been in the news since the time I sent this to Steve to now, Trump supporter. That he was saying that President Biden had been removed from office or something like that. I mean, at the time of making of this, President Trump, or President-elect Trump, is going into the office. Biden is on his last month or so. I mean, January 6th and then January 20th, he's going to get inaugurated. So, that's been going on right now. But in any case, I saw these politicians talking about that with the Capitol building backdrop, and they were all on the steps there, and they were talking about what had happened. And then after that happened, the vision ended. Now, this vision originally happened right shortly on that day of August 11th, 2021, or August 10th, I should say. Hold on just a second. August 3rd, 2021 at 10 a.m. is whenever I sent the message to my brother in Christ. I'm sorry, my eyes aren't the best. So it happened the day before, because I can remember recording it in the break room at my workplace, what I saw, and uploading it that same day on my break. And I sent this letter out to my brother in Christ the very next day. And I wanted him to have it so that there would be a type of record that was there. So at the time, whenever I had this vision, none of this made any sense, because we were not in the state where we are now with regard to this country. But right now, with the way things are looking, this could more and more happen. So I don't know if this is my imagining, or if this was something given to me by God, or something. But the vision at that time, which seems more evident now, that this country is going to come under a major attack. It's going to happen in larger metropolitan cities. It's going to be very, very large type of thing. And it's going to happen while now President Biden, as of this date, is still in office, because he will be removed from office. I know that doesn't make sense. I know it sounds prophet-esque and, and all that stuff, but that is what I saw, and I wanted to get this recorded and out there simply because of the method that this occurred as far as a vision is scriptural, but I'm putting this on record to see if this will happen. And if it happens, then there are other things to talk about. Okay, I'm going to stop this recording later.